Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Tiffany and today's video is my February update for the Finish 19 in 2019 / hashtag teamprojectpan, which is in kind of a collaboration with the girls from Beauty News, which is Kat and Haley. Of course, I'll have their channels linked down below, but you guys will probably know them way more than me anyways. And if you guys don't, definitely check out their channel. Sad to say though, I didn't finish up anything, which it's a bummer. I hate when I don't at least have like some product finished up. And this is a rolling project pan too, so like once you finish up something, you can roll in another item. But at least unlike my last update, if you haven't seen that, I'll link that in the cards. I didn't declutter anything. I actually kept everything I have in. I'm not gonna move anything out, but there are some things where I just didn't even use, but it's just something I wasn't focusing on using. But I do have to say I have a lot of progress in quite a few things, so I am happy about that, and it is going pretty well for the most part. I mean, this is a full long year project and we are only in the month of March, the beginning of March, so we still have a long ways to go. Let's go ahead and talk about the products that I have a lot of progress on, and some of them I'm really excited about. The first one being is this e.l.f. blush in Mellow Mauve. It is so close to being done, and as you can see, there is so much pan. I expanded pan like crazy. In the previous, I think I only have like a little bit of pan showing, but now I have a lot of pan and it is showing up real fast. And this is because this blush is really a blush that I can dig my brush into. It doesn't give a lot of pigment, but it does give a nice subtle amount. So, and it is buildable, so I do actually really enjoy it. It's just that I need to get some blushes out. And they are doing this like weird, if you can see those pock things, those little balls. And so I'm thinking definitely it's getting down there, even though I don't think this is that old, maybe 2 years. But anyways, it would be nice to see this out of my collection. And if you can see, the pan is quite big, so I definitely don't think it will take me the full year, but maybe a few more months, 4 or 5 more months, and this will be gone. And then I can actually work on another blush. But I would be excited to say I finished a blush out of my collection. They are hard to finish, but I have done it in the past, so they aren't impossible. Another product I do have a lot of use in is this Too Faced Chocolate Soleil in a medium deep, and this is what it looks like now. I think before it was maybe like half the size the pan was. I did have pan last time, but look at the pan now, and it's actually really like, it's just really low in general. Like the whole pan itself is actually really down there. So I'm expanding the pan quickly on this, and I definitely don't think it'll take me that long to finish up either. But I do really enjoy the scent, and I really enjoy the color that it gives my cheeks. So I will be sad once this is gone, and maybe in the far future I'll repurchase this again. But I do have quite a few bronzers, contours that I do need to go through. Another product that has a lot of use in, and actually it took up before like I actually did something, because I did actually end up mixing this, and this is the Maybelline Color Tattoo, and this one is in Creamy Beige. Now before, I actually did end up mixing it with this, which is the Anastasia Concealer in 1.0, which is super light for me. And as you can see, it's like super light. But what I did end up doing was grabbing some of this and mixing it into that. So I'll show you the picture of what that was before I end up mixing it together. And as you can see, that's a lot of pan showing. And I used that as a base for my eyeshadows, pretty much an eye primer. And that's how I was using it. I was just dipping in like a mini sponge in and then using that on my eyes, and that's how I was using it, and it was going really great. It's just that the color itself was a little too dark, and then the consistency was a little too dry, so actually mixing the Anastasia concealer into this made it really nice and creamy and a lot lighter. But this is what it's looking like now, and I have been using it this way and I really do enjoy it. And as you can see, there's there is a lot of pan and product gone from this, so it is getting used and I am really enjoying it. And once this is gone, I'll move on to the Anastasia. For right now, I haven't really been touching the Anastasia, and like I said, the Anastasia. So just quickly going over the Anastasia yet again, this is what it's looking like. That's how much product I've dug out of it, but this thing is a bad boy. Like how much product is in that. So once that is done, this is gonna take me quite a while to finish up, but it is a nice creamy product, a little too thick for my under eyes as a concealer, but it will be a nice eyeshadow base once I get to using this. As for eyeshadow, I did end up using a lot of product in this one single shade, which is from Milani. This is the Bella Mandarin, and these are kind of old, I noticed, but I have a lot of use in this one and I really do enjoy it. And this one is so much pan now, especially compared to what it is last time. There is a lot of pan, and it has this weird waffle pan, but it's getting there. Like the dome is going down a lot more. I'm hitting the sides more, so I really enjoy this like as a transitional shade for like brighter eye looks. And that's kind of what I like to wear in general. I like to wear brighter eye looks anyway, so this I use a lot to use as a transition, just, you know, to brighten up the look a little bit. So I am really enjoying this. It is a bit powdery, but I still like it. It doesn't matter as long as it translates on the eye very well. It's very easy to blend out, so I do enjoy this. So some of my ColourPop ones are a bit hit or miss. I have been using a few and then I haven't really touched some, so let's just quickly go on to that. This is the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Drift. So this is what it's looking like now. As you can see, there's a lot of pan in it, but the thing with this is the formula is getting pretty dry, so I'm gonna have to start mixing in that hard candy primer that I pulled in for my Shop My Stash, which you probably won't see yet, but you see it. I pulled in a primer to mix in with this, so it does really well because I did that previously in another ColourPop eyeshadow. But they are starting to dry out, so I really want to work on these and get use out of them. This color itself is just a little harder because I don't want to always do like mauve-y eye looks. So I am getting use out of it though, but it is being a little difficult to work with. Another ColourPop Super Shock Shadow I have a lot of use in is Birthday Cake. That is what it looks like now. As you can see, there's a lot of side pan showing, and just kind of like Drift, it is getting quite dry. I do have to start mixing it in, and this is kind of why I wanted to work on my ColourPop Super Shocks, just because they do tend to dry very easily. But this shade is a lot more wearable for me, so I do really enjoy it. But the thing with these is that they're getting so hard and crumbly that they tend to flake a lot. But I am gonna try to trek through it and use up these whole entire ColourPops without decluttering them. This next ColourPop Super Shock Shadow is Kathleen Lights, and I've used this quite a bit actually. I actually have pan in it. I don't think I have pan previously, or maybe I had like a little tiny pan showing, but now I have a lot more of a pan, and it's still relatively creamy, so I am enjoying that. We'll see where it goes. It's just that I haven't been doing a lot of gold eye looks, and I have a lot of gold in pans. If you ever notice that, a lot of palettes have gold in them. But this is a color I still really do enjoy, and I don't have a hard time working with this one, so we'll see where I am by the next update. I do think I'll plan on using this more in March as well. So the last single eyeshadow shade I have, which is from e.l.f. This is a long-lasting lustrous eyeshadow in Party, and it's basically a black cream eyeshadow, which honestly I have not touched at all. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep it and see if I continue to use it, but I think if I haven't used this product in a few more months, I'm just gonna go ahead and declutter it, because there's just no point. When I do use it, I kind of like it in my brows, so maybe I'll try doing that. Just work it into my brows, even though it is a bit glittery, but I'm okay with that. Once you kind of brush through it, it's not that glittery. And I do like this shade for it because it's kind of like a charcoal gray, which is the color I really do enjoy in my brows. So maybe I'll focus it as that versus trying to use it as like a base or eyeliner or anything like that. This product is an e.l.f. poreless face primer, and I didn't use this once. It's because I am focusing on another face primer that I'm using in another project. So I just didn't get any use out of it. Maybe I think use it maybe once or twice, not enough to really mark it or anything. So I'm just not going to. I am really focusing on that other primer, and that is my main focus, so this probably won't get too much use for me until that primer is done. This is the e.l.f. moisturizing foundation stick, and this one is in honey, and I have gotten quite a bit of use on it. Sorry, it is messy. It's the way of the product. I do tend to rub this on the back of my hand and then rub in like a little bit of a darker foundation mixed with that, because this shade is a little too light for me. I have a bit of use on it. I don't know, I haven't done like the progression photos of it yet, so I don't exactly know if there's visible progress yet, but I have used this a couple of times, a handful of times. But I do have to say, this isn't like my favorite foundation ever, so I don't want to reach for this, but I think if I do focus on it, it'll go through really fast. But I do work like 10+ hour days, and this foundation doesn't last very well on the skin, and I don't want to like work on mixing it, you know, kind of like for work. Like I don't have that time to mix it in the morning and go off to work. So I've been only kind of using it off my off days, and when I feel like using makeup and playing with makeup, and I'm like, let's work on this. But yeah, it is getting down there slowly but surely, but I am gonna keep it in this project for sure and just work on it. This product is from Milk. It's their liquid strobe, and I'm just not a fan of this. I have used it a few times, but I don't know if you can tell, it's very oily. Like, I don't know if you can see that. Like, there's just an oil ring, and it's kind of hard. It has a little like ball applicator, and that's kind of hard to get off it, get onto your skin, get the product off. And then also it's chunky, glittery. So what I think I'm gonna do with this is just wait until the summertime, and when, you know, we're going out and we're gonna go to the beach or something, I want that little bit of shimmer. Right now it's not working for me because it's very cold here and it's raining, so there's not really like a lot I want to do with this, because this leaves large chunks of glitter on your face. So I'm gonna just like keep this and use this as a body glitter when it gets to those warmer months. Right now it's not working out, so I'm just not gonna use it. I'm just gonna hold off and wait till then. This product I have used quite a bit. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD loose powder, and I actually do enjoy this powder, although it is very powdery to where I tap in a little bit and you see puffs go flying everywhere. But it is a really nice powder for your under eyes, and I know it's Ultra HD, and that would give like a white cast if like you're in flashback or something, but come on, most of us don't like work in places where there's a lot of cameras flashing. It's kind of like no point in worrying about that, really. I do really enjoy it. It sets my makeup really well, and I am very oily, so I always have to set my makeup, and it sets under my eyes really well where it doesn't crease or anything, so I really do enjoy that. I just don't know, I have other powders I like more that are probably cheaper than this, but for some reason I feel like this is like a never-ending powder. I have been using this a lot, and I feel like it's not any lower than the line I marked here. And that's just crazy to me because I've used this a lot and I've used it all over my face. Please never end, because I do like you, just not them to repurchase, because I feel like there's like cheaper alternatives, but I do enjoy it while I have it. So if you don't know, I did bring in a face palette to use up, and yes, I want to use up this whole thing. And I have really been working on the powders here, and as you can see, I don't know if there was pan in here previously. You'll see it by the side by side if there was, but if there was, it's probably very minimal. But as you can see, I expanded that pan, and then this pan is gone really crazy. I've used a little bit of this, but I kind of been focusing on the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil ones. I haven't really been using any of the contours. Probably once I finish that, I'll focus on these more. I do like these highlighters. If you can tell, the rings are starting to show up on these, so I've been really enjoying the highlighters. I probably will be finishing up this powder and getting very close to this powder in the next update. Hopefully there'll be some pans in the highlighters. I'm really enjoying this one more than that one because it's more of a frosty shade and this is more of a yellow tone shade, which is what I like. Even though I feel like even though I put this on my face, it's still a little frosty, but I like that. That's what I put on highlighter to get that, you know, little metallic glow. But yeah, I'll focus on these once the Chocolate Soleil is done. Now, this is a product I use in my brows. It's the Maybelline Great Lash, which is supposed to be a clear mascara, but I use it in my brows to set my brows. And I actually don't have it in my brows right now, but I do enjoy it for that. And that is where I was previously, and I'm a little lower than that now, although it hasn't settled and it won't settle to where there's an actual line. But if you can tell, it's a little lighter right here versus here. So I have gotten a lot of use out of it. I should use this a little bit more than I have, but I am enjoying it. So we'll just see where I am by the next update. These two products. These two are ColourPop Ultra Matte Liquid Lipsticks. This one is in Mindy, and then this one is in Trap. And I've kind of been focusing on Trap. I really haven't pulled for Mindy very much because I've been focusing on Trap. And that's because Trap is like almost gone. And Trap is getting to the point where it's getting harder to like swipe onto the lips. It's getting drier. And then I think once it actually gets like really hard, I think I'll call it quits even if there's a little bit more product. And I'm not going to take the stopper out of these because that's just like a death sentence for these. They tend to just dry out real quick once you take a stopper out. But I mean, I've had these for a few years, so I have gotten my use out of this, and hopefully I can finish up Trap before it dries out. And like I said with Mindy, I haven't really used it because I've been focusing on Trap. But if you can tell, there's a mark in there, and that's like that itself. So I haven't used it. Mark is still where it's at, but it's nice to know that like that's where the product is. So hopefully once Trap is gone, I can get use on Mindy. This product I have on my lips today. It's what I have all over. I really enjoy their formula. I just don't like their packaging. And this is a ColourPop Lippy Pencil. This one is in Faded. Just such a pretty lip color. Love it. I feel like their Lippy Pencil probably the same formula as their Lippy Sticks. So I won't purchase like any more of their lip liners just because I feel like their lippy sticks are really nice too. So I do really enjoy this. I just hate the god-awful packaging because it just gets all over the place, but I do like it. I'll continue to work on it. It has maybe a little progress from previous. I maybe have sharpened it twice, and I do really enjoy it. So I am looking forward to getting it out of my collection just because I'm not a very big lip liner person. But using this as just like a lip product in general, I have been really loving. So I did pull in this last product. And this is another ColourPop, but this is their eye pencil liner. This shade is in DTLA, which is a very nice sapphire blue, navy blue color. Let me just swatch it real quick. It's a really pretty, very creamy, very easy to go on the eyes. I just haven't used it because I don't do a lot of blue looks and I haven't been doing a lot of dark looks. So I haven't been needing a navy blue eye pencil, but I really do enjoy this and I will continue to keep it in my collection, see where it ends up, how long it takes me to use this up. So that is it for this update. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, please give me a thumbs up, and then if you are new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I do a lot of project pans, a lot of shop my stash, and then if you would like, follow me on Instagram. I kind of post mostly like my dog or fitness progression photos there. So if you want to follow me there, my name is Tatted Tiffany. And then I thank you guys for giving me a bit of your time. I hope you guys did enjoy this video wherever and whenever you guys are watching this, and I'll see you guys real soon in the next one. Bye.